milk and do a little postpartum update. We are still very much oversupplying. I am trying block feeding as of last week. So basically every 3 to 4 hour block of the day, I only feed on one side. The only problem that I'm running into is that the side that I'm obviously not feeding on, by the time it's time to feed on that side, I am so significantly engorged and uncomfortable. And I know that it can take a little bit like trying out this block feeding style to like actually regulate your supply. So we shall see if it helps to regulate a little bit more. But with the oversupply, something else that I'm like kind of back and forth and contemplating is whether or not I want to get a deep freeze or I want to freeze dry my milk. However, I know that freeze drying, like, it's a newer thing, so I'm a little bit scared to send in my liquid gold in the mail to someone to freeze dry. If anybody has any experience with freeze drying your milk, please let me know, because I think that it's something that would just make my life really easy. And then in terms of updates on him, we are most definitely going through what I'm guessing is the 6-week growth spurt. He seems to go through his growth spurts like a couple days early from when he actually turned 6 weeks. So he'll be 6 weeks on Wednesday. It's currently Monday. So like week 2 going into week 3 was when we were cluster feeding the most. And he's definitely been cluster feeding like in the evenings. We went to a lactation appointment last week and we did a weighted feed and he was getting like 3.5 ounces during that feed. So I know that he's getting enough when he eats. I would say that he eats anywhere from every hour and a half to every 2 hours. Sometimes we'll get a 3-hour stretch. Like right now, I've been wearing him for like an hour, because that's the other part of the 6-week growth spurt is we cannot be put down. He does not take a nap during the day right now unless I am wearing him or we're like laying on the couch with him contact napping. He sleeps for maybe 20 or 25 minutes and then he loses his ever-loving mind. So I've just been strapping the carrier on so that I'm able to still get some stuff done around the house. So we're just kind of adapting to that. In terms of me and how I'm feeling, mentally, I'm feeling so much better. I definitely had the baby blues the first 2 weeks. Don't think that I'm struggling with any sort of like PPA or PPD, just based on like I go to therapy every single week and my therapist is specialized in perinatal and postpartum, and so far we haven't seen like any signs. Those first 2 weeks were rough. All I did was cry. I was incredibly anxious, but it felt like after that 2-week period, the fog has just slowly started to lift in terms of mentally. Physically, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm definitely struggling more with body image the further I get from having him. I feel like I gave myself a lot of grace, which like I'm only 5.5 weeks postpartum. I should continue to give myself grace because it took 9 months to grow him. However, it's just been a little bit harder with like rolling into summer and nothing fitting, but it's a temporary period. It's okay if my shorts don't fit. So as of right now, that's the postpartum update.